Okay, so here's what I wanted to do today. Today I'm getting into the listings because as the market starts to move, you're going to have more listing opportunities. Now, wherever you're at with this process, if you've done this with me 4 times, great. Figure out a way to get a little bit better. If this is your first time, you're going to take a crap ton of notes. And what I want to do is I want to walk you through what was my listing process and presentation. And then I want to give you the back end, which is how do we price homes? Okay, pricing's been very tough. And I want to go over the mindset of how to price. Okay, so here's the process. Take notes on this, and I'm going to walk you through it. Someone's been around for 20 years, congratulations, get one place better. Okay, that's all I'm asking. One more gold nugget. So I always like to arrive at the home 5 minutes early. Okay, I'm very specific with 5. 15 minutes early, it's just awkward for everybody. Because if I'm at my house and I see Andy sitting outside and it's 15 minutes early, now I'm going to feel like I'm rushed and he's not coming in. And now it's building this weird awkwardness of should I be waiting at my door? So five minutes is my magic number. Okay, just to ran through this 100 times. When I get in the house, the first thing I want to do when I walk in is I want to build rapport. Okay, just giving you the process here. I want to build rapport. So it'd be like, hey, Jared, nice to finally meet you. I know you were referred to me by your brother who said great things about you. Here's what I did with your brother. Things worked out beautifully. So before I even move through that house, I want to build that rapport. A lot of people are going to hire you based off of the feelings they have about you. So make sure you work on that right away. Build that rapport. After I build the rapport, what I want to do then is I want them to take me around their house. I want to have that whole tour. Depending on how big the house is, it could be 5 minutes to an hour. I try not to make it an hour though. So take me through your house. Let me see what I need to talk about. Let me see the problems that I'm going to be possibly agreeing to sell. And as they're taking me through their house, I'll give you this hint. That you want them to watch you take notes. It's very important that they're watching you take notes because, Rob, what's it mean when they're watching you take notes? What's the feeling you have, Rob? If I'm in your house, hit the mute button for me. If I'm in your house,
sorry.
Rob, and you're watching me take notes, what's that mean?
They want to know what you're paying attention to and that you're paying attention, period. And that you're going to be selling certain things that you're seeing or addressing things that you need to address.
Okay, I love it. Preston, if you're walking me through a prime home and I'm taking notes, what are you thinking as you're watching me write stuff down, Preston?
It shows that you care.
Shows I care. So based off of what both of you just said, they're both the right answers. I could be drawing a picture of a bunny to be real. But if they see me look at something and I'm taking a note, that got a couple of you laughing. I'm serious. They're like, oh, this guy's he's taking notes, he's taking details, he must care and he must be professional. It's that first impression. Remember, I'm coming in, I'm building rapport, and now they're walking me through their house and I'm taking notes. Really what I'm writing down the things I need to probably address at the dinner table when we sit down. What do I need to address? You know, I walked through Nina's home and her ceiling's got a big hole in it. Write that down. Hole in ceiling, water leak.
Legit, I do. It's not going anywhere because I'm not fixing it, because every time I fix it, it leaks again. So until this house gets repiped, it's staying there.
So I'm going to start writing things down, okay, that's something I want to either address at the table when we sit down and talk. Okay, that's one, or things that are looking really nice. And I want to ask the sellers as we're going through, as they're walking me through, and once you've seen 10,000 homes, you've seen about them all, right? Like, okay. But you also want to ask them these two things. One, like, what have you done recently? And they're going to say, oh, we just painted this wall. You really don't give a crap, to be clear. But what it does is it makes them feel good about what they did. There's a lot of feelings here. And the more you can connect on their feelings, the more they'll pay you. Alex, where's Alex at? What modules commission, Alex?
Say that again.
What modules commission?
Module 12.
Hey, everybody give it up for Alex. So there's a reason why it's module 12 is the better we do, the more they're going to pay you. And that's very important when you run a for-profit business. Yeah. So, hey, what all have you done to your home? What things do you think you need to do before you sell it? And as you're walking through room by room, tell me what you did and tell me what you think needs done. Because at the end of the day, you're their advisor. And nothing made me happier than to tell a seller, don't do that. I'm ready to list it. And they're like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, yes, and I love this listing. I want to sell this tomorrow. Yeah. So once you walk around, main thing is take notes, understand the property, and build rapport with them. Absolutely huge. Because you're not really doing any work yet. Nope, Shane, I don't take any pictures. I have a memory like this. Nope. So we're not listing it yet. Just to be clear, I'm not even listing it. I'm not even knowing if I want to take this listing yet. I don't know if I want this. I'm interviewing them. Okay, understand that for a second. I'm interviewing them at this point. I'm interviewing the house and them. If they tell me, you know what, this is the nicest house that anybody's ever been in. I'm like, oh, really? I bet you're going to price it that way too, right? Which tells me, one, I might not sell it. Okay, so let's keep moving. After that, I'm sitting down at their table with them. Okay, and I'm going to run them through 7 steps on my listing presentation here. 7. The first one is a general question. I'm actually going to share these are my sheets I used for a long time. To be clear, you do not have to be fancy to be great. Okay, a lot of us get stuck in the presentation and how does it look? To me, that's not the most important thing. If it was, I wouldn't have got to where I was. What's important is to understand what questions do I need to ask them, in what order, so that way when we're done, I can advise them. You see where I'm going here? What questions do I need to ask them? What's the order in which I need to ask them these questions, so when we're done, I can advise them. So don't get stuck on pretty and having this amazing listing presentation. That's not why they hire you. Okay, it's a very, very, very small piece. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to open this up here. One second, I thought I had it right here. Let me pop this open. I'm going to go through this and show you my exact presentation I used for many and many of years, and the documents and then the pieces behind them. If you've worked on with me through the years, today's your day to get it one step better. Okay. So my first thing I did is I always wrote down their names, phone numbers, email, and current address. Just to be clear, there's a specific reason for everything I do. Do not take anything for granted that, oh, I know this or they're here. Their current address might not be where they live today. Their emails might not be what they sent me. Their phone numbers could be different. Their names could be spelled differently. Make sure to get this basic information done in 100%. The next 2 pieces are probably some of the most critical things I've ever done in real estate, which I want to ask them, what are your fears and concerns with selling this home or the process in general? Let me pop out of here. I want to see your faces. What are your fears and concerns? Nate, you want to type this out so that way they have these words? Thank you. What are your fears and concerns with selling this home or the process in general? It's one of the most powerful questions. Write that whole sentence, Nate. What are your fears and concerns with selling this home or the process in general? It's where I lead what it does is it tells me how to serve them. Okay? It tells me exactly how to serve them. Not how do you do what you need to do. It tells me what they need served. Here's what it is. So if you sat down with me and my wife, some of you know my wife has very little concerns and mostly fears. She's emotional. Okay, so if someone were to ask, my wife would say, well, I'm fearful of leaving the neighborhood because we have so many memories here. I'm fearful of what my neighbors are going to say. Okay, those are fears. If they ask me, I'm concerned with how well you're going to do your job and how much time it's going to take me to fix the problems that you create. That's probably what I would tell somebody too. Might seem a little harsh, but it's a reality. That's my concern. My concern is you're not going to do that good of a job. I'm going to pay you up here. You're going to perform here, and it's going to cost me more time to fix your problems.